Hello and good evening for this Thursday, August 10th, 2023. We have just finished watching episode 4 of Big Brother 25, the week 1 eviction episode, and there was an expulsion and an eviction, and we're going to be breaking it all down here on Super Maid Brothers Podcasting. I'm Dave Mader, along with Jaemeel Robinson here to talk about this episode tonight. Jaemeel, I know you're a little under the weather, but thank you for being with us.
Thank you. Nice to be here.
I hope you
to memorialize what is the few crumbs left of my team for this season.
Yeah, your draft team is in shambles. You lost both you and the Daryl Alliance because you both drafted one, whereas everyone else in our draft got 2 draft picks, and you've lost them both in this one episode. That's got to be some kind of a record. Like that's pretty impressive, if anything, that you guys managed to do that in the 8-9 vote. You had the 8-9 pick in the middle of the draft. So,
although I would never have picked Luke,
that was a Daryl pick. You picked Kirsten, who gets evicted here a day later, yes. and within this episode. And full spoilers, everybody. I'm sorry if you didn't watch the episode already, but we hope you had. And I liked this episode. I thought it was fun, even though the Luke expulsion. And how all that played out in the show, I thought was a little. I don't know what I thought exactly about it, but Jaemeel, did you have any thoughts?
I gave a lot of my thoughts last episode.
Okay.
It hasn't necessarily changed per se, but once again, they have their terms. They pretty much didn't really make it a spectacle, which I do appreciate. Mm-hmm. Right? If it is. A rule breaking, it's cut and dry. Sorry, folks, he's God.
Coming on in. Jeff Mader coming in. Coming in hot.
It's 2 episodes in a row.
I know. Late one, too.
Late one here, Jeff. We see an expulsion and an eviction. We didn't think it would happen. We got it. We got Sari making her alliance with the professors. We got a different side of the house here with family style, the young kids, led by Riley, who's a bit of a mess. And I'm loving it. I'm telling you that there's some good stuff going on here. Even though they're all not great players. Although I think that there's, they should have voted out Kirsten here if you were in that Riley alliance, that young person alliance. Like I know it would have. It totally makes sense to get rid of Felicia and keep that's a number for the professors, and the professors it's almost like open.
Okay, wait. I'm just gonna stop you right there. What? It's a number, but she ain't winning anything.
It's a number, but it's important.
Not winning anything.
And Kirsten could have been a number for them.
I just don't think she's gonna win an HOH unless it's a quiz. She could win a quiz, but. I still don't think she will. And so for me, it's like I'd rather get rid of Kirsten because she's more likely to win something,
Competition for Matt.
I'm just thinking from that alliance's perspective, if you're Riley and Jag and America and all of them, right? And America even says in this episode that keeping Kirsten would be better for her game. But she ultimately votes out Kirsten here. It's a unanimous vote, 13-0.
Everyone agreed. Agreed.
Yeah, but I think it would have made sense for the Riley side to vote out Felicia, in some ways too, but I do think they made the right decision because Kirsten was more likely going to hold a grudge against Riley because that's kind of the way it looked. And I think she was more likely to go with that side of the house, and she's more likely to win a competition.
I agree. Right. Look, Kirsten cannot help herself. She's trying to say all the right things, but everyone saw right through her. She was going to turn around, and if she had the opportunity, she was going right after Riley.
I got a clip here.
I don't know. I think I'd be surprised. Guessing, I wouldn't know.
I just enjoyed that moment of her interview, and then we also had this.
And you know what? Today, he stated, hey, my family calls me Jay Bleezy in the bathroom. And someone said, oh, that's Miss Sarie's son's name. So we didn't think anything of it.
But now You're remembering it.
Yeah, this was like a moments ago, like an hour ago. And that's crazy because Jared's on one side of the house.
You could see Julie was about to go. She's like, you know what? Let me hold back a little second. She wants to ask who said that, because if it was Izzy is an idiot.
I loved that interview. The interview tonight with Kirsten was great. There was a live audience, guys. Back.
Of course, Dave, you enjoyed that.
Didn't you? They would feel more excited.
Look, if I was feeling better, I probably would have enjoyed it a little bit more. But truth be told, I was kind of like, stuff is happening.
Jeff,
and
did you
plus,
guess?
I lost my draft pick, dude. Hard times.
Well, it's just a draft, it's fine. You can just enjoy the game in general. Like I'm not married to my draft picks. I got Riley and Corey, and I'm not feeling that great about them, quite frankly, at this point. But like they're on that side of the house, on that non-professor side. I'd rather cheer for the professors. I'm an older person. I think I'm going for that side. I'm going for the Sari and Hassam and
I don't want to cheer. Yeah, I don't want to cheer for either of them. I want them to go back and forth. I want it to get contentious. I want blood on people's heads.
But don't you want to, like, you always have a side you favor, right? In terms of, because one side will probably emerge into the jury.
No. No, I want this to be as good of a season as it possibly can, and I want to see some headbutting, and this seems like the perfect cast for it. There's enough of people who are seemingly playing, might not necessarily be well, but they're playing, and that's what I'm here for. None of these. I'm just gonna lay back and just see how the season goes. I'm gonna wait till about 6 evictions before I start doing anything.
Yeah, well, I do like that there's like this young and old divide going on. I think that's a good narrative for everyone, like, to kind of get it, like, oh, I like this side or I like that side. I was disappointed tonight that they didn't kind of delve into the Cameron creep factor that I think is coming, but I was looking forward.
They keep that for Saturday, though. They keep that for the Sunday show. Sorry.
Yeah, maybe the Sunday show, because like that's why, like Amanda's like, that's why I think Riley was crying so much
for Cameron,
because Cameron's been like isolating her. Amanda said that basically saying like, oh no, everybody doesn't like you, and you stick with me, and like that kind of.
He's playing double agent all the time, and everyone knows that he's playing double agent, so it looks even worse.
I don't get a good vibe from Cameron. Just when I look into his eyes, I don't get a good vibe. Do you guys feel the same?
He's the type of person who thinks he's so much smarter than he actually is.
It's his body language too. Like even when he went to sit to vote tonight, like he just immediately gets onto the chair and he starts like he goes like this immediately, and it's just like me and Amanda both look at each other like we're like, what is up with this guy? Like I don't know. There's just something with his body language and the way. Yeah, like you're right. Like the vibes are not great.
Yeah, let's have a look. I feel like he's backing up from you though, and you're like, "What's up? What is your deal?" Well, guys, but there's breaking news at this hour. All of the house guests are missing.
House guests? House guests? Where are they?
Yeah, why don't you tell us? Like, is that supposed to be a cliffhanger?
That's a cliffhanger, guys. Until Sunday, we don't know. I think it's the scary verse.
The lame verse, gosh, so lame.
The scary verse.
This is not. I don't care about this. I was more excited about what was happening in the house as it is, without any gimmicks. Who's going to win the next HOH? That's a good enough hook.
Gimmick, you're saying that they're not missing and in a different dimension right now, or what happened?
They're in the nether realm. They're most likely in the nether.
They're in the nether regions.
Yes.
Did they all just go in the diary room?
They're in the backyard. They never showed the backyard.
They never showed the
backyard. They did at the end.
Sorry, they showed the backyard with the portal.
With a portal, yeah.
All right.
So they were all hiding in the corner. That's what happened. I think.
House guest, where are you? Julie. Okay. Also tonight, Julie is reading the live vote, right? And she every time, even after, like it's clear that this is gonna be a unanimous vote. She's like, here's Red coming to vote. Which way will his vote go? It's just like, Julie, can you just stop it? Just stop it, Julie. You're killing me here with this idea that
You're embarrassing yourself.
Yeah, you keep trying to get me to anticipate. Like, we don't know how this person will vote. Maybe they'll throw a vote to Felicia here. Who's to say?
Everyone's been in agreement for days. There was no wiggle room. It was a done deal. She was gone if they were going to a vote. So,
did Kirsten know that?
Didn't kind of. She was still gonna fight. She wasn't gonna give up. All right, so. She knew. She was trying to make it she was still engaging with people and she wanted to give herself the opportunity that if things changed, she was right there to jump on it. But she knew. Yeah. Everyone knew.
Okay, well, can we? I think that we also have to talk about Luke tonight and his departure from the show. We talked about it in the spoiler section last night, but I think not everyone may have listened to that. So, we have to come a little fresh here. Of course, it's censored in the episode. I heard the live clip that was on Twitter there.
He's gonna say, "Play it."
I'm not playing it.
Play, you cowards.
I'm not playing it, but I'll tell you, it was not good. I
thought you were going to tell us exactly what he said.
I don't need to tell you exactly. Everyone knows. If anyone's really wondering, I'm sure they'll figure it out.
Even though trying to get you canceled.
Yeah, no. Well, you're trying hard, but it's okay. I'm not taking the bait. I'm anyway. So Jeff. Luke, goes out of the house here for saying a racial slur, and Jerry got a lot of confessionals about it. In particular, Hissam, even though everyone I'd seen on social media assumed that Hissam was pissed off and angry and left the room right away, he says he never even heard it. So it was just that was just a coincidence that he happened to have that face and leave. It had nothing to do with what.
That's Luke just my face.
Yeah. That was just his face. That's my face. That was his resting bitch face. So
I think he just didn't want to be involved in it, and that's why he said that. And I do think where Corey was like, "All right, let's bring it up," and then Jared's like, "Man, you don't need to bring that up."
He did hear it, but he lied about hearing it. You're saying?
I think so.
Because to be fair, just imagine his entire post Big Brother interviews kind of situation is just going to be like, so you were there for blah blah blah, what are your thoughts? And having to constantly repeat that over and over again. He doesn't want to do that. No one wants to do that. Jared doesn't want to do that.
No. Yeah. It'll be forgotten in 2 weeks. Nobody's even going to talk
about
it.
You think so? Luke? Well, I think it won't be forgotten. I think it won't be forgotten when it comes to interviews.
Okay, maybe. I just don't think. I don't think it'll come up again. As far as the show really wanted to brush it under the rug. It was very okay, this happened. It's over. All right, moving on.
I don't know. I appreciate it because it's cut and dry. There's no controversy.
Yeah,
he broke terms of service, right?
Yeah,
and he's gone. That's it.
That's the way it works.
Right?
Dunzo. See you never, Luke.
Are they going to remove him from the intro package?
No.
Oh, you don't think so?
I think they will.
You think they will?
Yeah.
That might become a collector's item. That little 1 second clip I have.
Play it again.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It might be.
I love how there's some green ooze.
Yeah. I think that when they made the intro, they were like, "Yeah, we're throwing the ooze onto." Well, Corey has ooze. Some people have different things. So Kirsten leaves. This was cool.
What an impact she made in this game.
She wasn't right for this game, but she's a worthy first boot because you're not sad to see her go, but you're glad she got a chance to play, I guess. So
I guess. I mean, I didn't really feel like I didn't think they needed to evict someone tonight. I thought that was.
I agree.
That's what we said last night, but they did it anyway, and now they're down to 15, right? So
yeah, I just
now we have 100 days of 15 players. It's
to get rid of 13 people.
Well, really 12.
Well, this was
From a
this was
pro-
day 9, so we have we have roughly 90 days left, 91 days left.
From a
Is there-
production standpoint, I just feel like you didn't really need to do anything. Like there's more than enough intrigue in the house that you didn't need to do an eviction tonight. Kick it down the road, right? Kirsten is probably going to be up for eviction next week, for sure.
I'm
'Cause she
fine
already
with them
has-
doing it. Like they'll just do one less double. I'm sorry, but like it's just it's I just
They only ever really do one double anyway.
um like I guess I understand like they could have not done this eviction because of Luke, but on the other hand, they had 17 people anyway, so it was kind of a weird kind of like a lot of people to start off a season with. So you kind of had
More people, the better.
Luke was expendable anyway, so and then Kirsten went out here. I think it would have been worse for the house if they had not had this vote, because I think this was cathartic for them to actually go through the process of seeing Julie on a live show. Them have a live audience tonight. They did the live interview with Kirsten. They didn't let this Luke thing derail that, and I think that they did the right thing. So I'm good with the way it played out.
I would have loved a Kirsten who was given a reprieve and see what she does. Right? Is she still going to continue being an agent of chaos, even intentionally or unintentionally? Because all the promises that people were making, like America, what would have happened if she had one extra week, right? When she found out exactly why she was in the spot that she was in, what would she have done? What if she won HOH?
What if they? Who
She
would
would have went after Riley.
She would have probably went after Riley.
Yeah.
Jaemeel, will we know the new HOH by the end of tonight or before this
No.
episode is done? No.
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
We don't even know where they are.
No, yeah, they're in a different dimension. I forgot. They're in the scary verse. Sorry. Of course.
People were assuming that there was going to be some kind of quiz of some sort because the backyard was not closed down. So
Well, they were all they all had their sneakers on, even Kirsten, who, sometimes you'll see like people who know they're going to get evicted. You said it was done days ago, but she didn't seem to know that. So she was ready to compete in case she wasn't voted out.
she knew if there was a vote that she was going to be gone.
Okay, but she was dressed for the competition, is all I'm saying. So,
Or she was dressed to go on stage to talk to Julie.
No, I think she would have, if she thought for sure, like without a doubt, that she was going to be gone, she would have just dressed up as best she possibly could. And that seemed a little bit too casual. Yeah.
yeah.
So, we'll see. We'll see how it goes. I just want to hear something. I want to hear something. I don't like the fact that Pluto TV, that now has it and is international, doesn't have the live feeds in Canada.
Really?
Yes. Yeah.
Bastards. Yeah, well, that's kind of Canada always gets screwed with these things. It seems like it's like we're this foreign entity of the United States.
We are.
We're basically the same country. We watch all the same things.
Not all of them. They haven't seen some of our shows. Like
They don't watch Corner Gas.
They didn't see Little's Tobo.
Quarter Gas is popular in the States.
Oh, was it? Of course.
Yeah.
Well,
Trailer Park Boys too.
Kim's Convenience.
Degrassi.
So Kim's Convenience. A lot of people picked it up because of Simu.
Right.
Well, okay,
Right?
but
That's what I've been hearing.
so Jeff, you don't like that the Canadians are excluded from the U.S. version of Big Brother, right? Like that we have our own separate Big Brother Canada.
If you're asking me, I like Big Brother America far more than I like Big Brother Canada. Yes.
You'd rather play Big Brother America if you had to play.
I actually like Big Brother Australia even more than the US one, though. The Australian version's even better.
Speaking of Australia, yeah, what about Bowie Jane? Do you think she'll play Big Brother Australia now that she's played US version?
She might. I hope she does.
She called,
Although she's barely on the show, so who cares?
Okay, so Bowie Jane, though, she said she was going to tell people she's 45, but she's going to tell people she was 34. Although she was recruited into the older people alliance of the professors, despite her ruse. Do you think that they were not fooled?
The girl looks like Liza Minnelli with her constant face, look like 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 she just wants to like bite something.
Play the clip.
Like she's so teethy.
Teethy.
Or any picture, she has her teeth in full display.
Yeah. Well, she's Bowie Jane, David Bowie Jane. Watch out. Watch out. Okay. Well, who are you feeling good about in this cast? Like, who do you think's going to go the distance? Who's the winner? Who's the obvious winner?
Not Corey.
Not Corey.
Not Corey. People hate this dude.
Speaker in the House.
People hate this man.
Yeah.
Corey?
Yeah. Izzy is now upgraded to like, I hate this man.
Corey was second drafted overall by me. Like,
Yeah, I know.
Are you saying this is a bad pick?
I'm not. Well, I don't think that he's going to, unless he wins out, I don't see him making it deep into this game.
Oh, Corey.
He's getting on way too many people's nerves.
What happened? Why is Corey falling apart? Do you like Corey, Jeff?
No, he's annoying, and like that's the thing when you're really young and super confident, and you think you're like smarter than everybody, and you say that, I don't think you come across as endearing. People won't like you. Like that's, yeah, I think that's kind of what's going on with him. It's you can tell just from his intro package, like. He's like, oh yeah, like I'm a public speaker and I can get anybody to do anything I want. It's like you're 20 years old, like there's sure, okay,
I kind of want to see the dude try to pick up one of the women in the house and just be shot down, embarrassingly so. It's like I guess all that persuasive skills didn't really work on women. It seems.
Well, I feel like that's his whole thing, though. Like he can't do that because if he does that, then that could happen, and then that's his whole business model. He's like a public speaker that tells people like how to fight through adversity.
Oh, Lord, he has this TED talk.
Yeah,
jeez, not sounding good for you, dude.
Not?
No.
I think he's gonna turn it around. You guys watch. He's gonna be fine. I just wanted to do a draft update here, guys, quickly.
Lord.
Let's have a look.
Thanks, Dave. Thanks.
I think you need to see it, Jaemeel. I think it's important.
I need to see it.
While we're slagging on Corey so hard,
rub my nose in the dirt.
Because he was my second overall pick, and Jared was taken first overall by Amanda. Even though he told people in the bathroom his family calls him whatever, and that's also what Sari calls one of her kids.
Oh, jeez. I know Izzy must have said that.
Yeah.
Izzy can't help herself.
Izzy is, yes. Okay, so Luke was expelled and Kirsten evicted. So down here with the Daryl and Jaemeel alliance, Luke and Kirsten gone, but you still have Sari, so you can pin all your hopes on Sari.
So she gets kicked out of day 10?
She gets she might get self-evict on day 10 or something of that, or medically evacuated perhaps.
Medical evacuation.
Lord.
Yeah, this is a curse here perhaps. I don't know. This is the first time we've ever had a draft alliance.
Wasn't meant to be.
It didn't go so well.
Yeah.
Unless Sari goes the distance, and who's to say she won't? But
she'll probably do well.
Which if she does, I said it before, they're idiots. You cannot let this woman get sniff the finals at all.
Of course not, but they will. They all especially the professors. They need her as a number right now, so they're gonna work with her. So Jeff, you have Matt and Hassam or Hisam, and are you feeling good about your team? They're on different sides.
Yeah, more Hisam than Matt. Matt's he just seems to lay there and just kind of nods.
It's harder for him because once again he relies on lip reading. So when there's a big group, it's very difficult for him to keep track of what's going on. He does better on one-on-one conversations.
But is he like totally deaf? Like can't hear at all?
I think he has a good portion of hearing loss.
A good portion, so he can hear a little.
He's in the Deaf Olympics. He must be like very deaf.
Right. No, I get it. But you know,
He's
when
like,
he
oh,
talks,
he's
you can't
somewhat,
tell.
he's somewhat deaf, so he just barely qualifies for the Deaf Olympics.
How do they measure?
Measure?
Like there must be some sort of test.
Like tonight when he was voting, and like there was that moment where Julie was like, "Hey Matt, you can go now," or whatever, and he didn't realize he was done.
Which makes sense. You'd think that they were like, hey, he can't necessarily hear you, right? And if the screen is already turned, then he won't be able to tell.
True.
Because the screen on the the screen showing the outside is cut.
I don't feel like the show's doing a good job explaining that to the viewer, because when he talks, you can barely tell he's deaf, if at all, and like he's barely on the show. So like I'm kind of like, I don't know, like if you're watching live feeds, I get it, like you're more in tune with it. But as just a show watcher, I haven't seen a lot of segments where they actually like show like, oh yeah, you can't hear like very well, you know.
Yeah, not really. Like, but there has been it's only the 4th episode, so it's still lots to go. Bowie, Jane, and McCole for Team Jane, and then that seems fine, even though they're on the same side. They're both professors, so Jane will be happy with that. Then Team Jen's got Cameron and Blue, which is both in the family style alliance or the handful. And
okay, so to do some cleanup. 55 BD, which I mean is, I guess, decibels, or athletes must have a hearing loss of 55 BD in their good ear in order to compete in the Deaf Olympics. Hearing aids are not permitted in the Olympics, Paralympics, or even the Special Olympics.
So
here's your answer.
Okay, that's fair.
So Matt, but he has his own Wikipedia page already before he was ever on Big Brother.
Well, because he was a winner of the Deaf Olympics, so of course he would.
He's famous. He's all right. Celebrity Big Brother.
Hey,
I didn't even know it was a thing, to be honest with you.
The Deaf Olympics?
I just figured he'd be in the Special Olympics, you know.
Yeah.
But
no, not special. Paralympics.
Not special. Paralympics. Sorry, Paralympics.
Paralympics, yeah, you're right.
Yes, right.
I mentioned Paralympics. Yeah, Paralympics.
Right. Who is your most like? Who would you most like to see be the next HOH? What would your like best case scenario for the best season you're looking for, Jaemeel? What would be like the spiciest twist, I suppose?
Outside of Kirsten, who I don't have that option because that would be spicy. Hassam.
Heisam?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh Lord.
What's he doing? He's like dancing in that one, but he's
like boxing dancing too.
He's kind of backing up too. Like
he's almost like he's doing a mamba or something. I'm not really sure, but
kind of like it's a bit of a rope-a-dope situation going on. You know?
Yeah. He's I don't know. He's I think as the leader of the professors, and Sari was like, you be the front man. I don't care. Like, that's all good. And I would like to say that I'm really enjoying watching Sari actually play this game. I think she's pretty good. You know, I think Jared's her liability, and I think that's ultimately going to be
Jared's going to blow it. Like,
oh yeah. This is
absolutely going to Jared.
Somebody's going to put that together, or Izzy's going to spill it.
I always thought Sari should have played Big Brother from the get. You know, like she definitely suits Big Brother more than Survivor.
Right.
Because Sari's more of a social player, you know, like
she's more like not meant to be living in the woods, I think so much.
Do you think Rob Cesternino should have played Big Brother instead of Big?
Yeah,
I think so.
Cesternino, I think he could have played either, you know, but I think Big Brother he probably would have won, I think, for sure. I think
he almost won Survivor. He lost because of a blindfold challenge.
Yeah, like I think it's interesting to see like if you could have like seen certain people play in their prime, like if you could have thrown Boston Rob into Big Brother back in the day.
Boston Rob would have not won in Big Brother.
No.
What if you threw like Russell Hanson, Evil Dick into a Big Brother house together?
Russell Hantz also would not do well because Russell's whole thing was, I'm going to make to show you how easy it is, right, to win, right, this show. That was his whole thing, right? If he was in a house for like 80 days with these people, they would have been able to suss him out. And plus, they would be annoyed with him.
Yeah.
So much so.
Yeah, Survivor has that advantage of being a fast-moving game, and you're gone before you know it, and then it's like with Big Brother, it's like oh my god, we gotta wait a week to get rid of you.
And you can get distance from people too. You can you know what, I'm gonna walk into the forest and be away from you.
Well, that came up in the episode here tonight, though, where Kirsten was getting the cold shoulder from some people. That's what ultimately Luke was talking about with Corey and Hisam and who else was? Oh, Jared was there, right? And so and that's that. But initially, he was trying to comfort Kirsten about being sort of an outcast, but she was feeling down because some people were not wanting to talk to her because she was on the block or whatever, and. So I don't know. All that happened, but
she should have pushed herself in front and sat down exactly right by these groups. Because what are they going to do? Vote her out, which they're going to do anyways. Make them feel uncomfortable.
Yeah, I just don't think she was really prepared to play the game. Really, in terms of what was going to be needed in terms of just creating the right relationships and being sort of have an ability to cope with.
She was a recruit, so with her limited experience, she didn't realize how the game is supposed to be played, and she played way too fast, and she got burned by it.
Too hard, too fast, yeah. And that was that rookie mistake. Would you want to see Kirsten play again?
This season, sure. Not another season.
You want to buy back? But no, they told her the story with Sari and Jared.
The moment that they look, that secret's gonna not make it that whole season. That is not making.
Oh, did you hear what she said? Where it's oh yeah, they called Jared Jay Willie or something like that, and that's what they call Cerie's son. It's and she's like, we didn't put 2 and 2 together. I'm like, you didn't put 2 and 2 together.
Yeah,
it wasn't baby boy or it was very unique name.
It was straightforward, easily rememberable.
It's so true. Well, I actually I have that moment here when Sari found out, or when Kirsten found out about the relationship. She's like, I wouldn't be guessing.
Sari is Jared's mother.
Oh.
I don't think it's that big a deal.
Yeah.
But just how the audience react, it was great, guys. That was a huge moment tonight. A great TV moment.
Wait, that was a huge moment?
Huge moment.
Oh, Dave.
It was at least a medium-sized moment.
Oh, Dave. Don't embarrass yourself that way. No.
A fairly respectable, decent moment, right? TV moment?
That was a snoozer right there. That's a
snoozer.
I thought it was a snoozer too, yeah.
But the whole thing about the Jay, what was his name? Here, hold on.
And you know what? Today he stated, "Hey, my family calls me Jay Bleezy" in the bathroom, and someone said, "Oh, that's Miss Cerie's son's name." So we didn't think anything of it.
But now you're remembering it.
Yeah, this was a moments ago, an hour ago. And that's crazy because Jared's on one side of the house, she's on the other side of the house. And you know what?
She goes, but are they? But are they?
Did you see Julie's face? She was like, oh, yeah, you didn't put that together? But now you do.
But now you do.
Because I told you just now.
Because I just told you. Julie is hilarious in her own way. How she delivers some of these things and how she receives some of these interview answers. Gotta love it.
Well, we gotta wait until Sunday to see the official video of what happened.
Jaemeel, is there anything going on in the house that we haven't seen on the show that we should know about?
I kind of broke it down in the we're gonna see eventually. We have to see what's happening with Cameron and all the double agent work he's doing, and how he's just really getting on everyone's nerves.
That's the biggest thing. Okay,
that specifically, and then also Miss Felicia's battery pack issues.
Right. That'll be on the Sunday show. I think both those things.
Battery pack.
Yeah, she's.
Yeah, she keeps like destroying her battery packs, soaking them in
Oh,
water.
right, off her mic kit, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
She doesn't know how to go to the bathroom without it falling in the toilet.
Well, you know,
Hard. It's taped to your back. You're a 63-year-old.
It's like, nah. This is some Chima vibes. What's going on?
Right.
What did the house like? The producers like, sorry, we are demanding you vote out Felicia because she's destroyed too many bike packs. And therefore,
In the code of
Kirsten, you
conduct.
are safe. We have overrided the vote.
Yeah.
And
At a certain point, they should just say, if you win the game, we're going to deduct the amount of bike packs you destroyed from your total bonus, your total monetary value that we're going to give you. Get our money back.
right. Yeah.
Yep.
So, anything else on this episode?
No, I'm done.
Okay, I think I'm done too. All right. Well, I guess we'll sign off,
wasn't much.
guys. Like, normally we
Wasn't-
talk for a lot longer, you know, and I feel like there's only 35 minutes we talked. Like I was like,
There was this felt like a nothing burger episode. Honestly, the
Yeah.
Luke stuff just came and went. The stuff with Kirsten, she was a dead woman walking, right? Like it was pretty obvious that she
there
had
was
no
a chance.
life.
America was thinking about keeping her.
Please,
America.
America. Her Big Brother career is a big nothing burger too.
Oh yeah. She's got she has no idea what's going on in the house. That's what
She's gonna figure it out. She's a late bloomer, guys. Watch out! Watch out for America. That's on Foster's draft team. America.
She'll figure out the game when she's on the challenge.
There's a premiere of the challenge tonight. You know Foster's watching that. He's not watching our podcast.
Right.
Yeah, he's not.
He's
Yeah.
probably he watched this episode and then he moved on to the challenge, which has
Okay.
Josh, the winner of what Big Brother 19. Is that Josh? That
Does he
looks different. I was like,
Miami
oh, yeah.
Josh?
Does he have pots and pans? Is he hitting
Yeah,
it?
Yeah, that guy. Okay, well, I think we'll be back Sunday, right? Sunday at 9:15. We'll be talking about
Yeah.
the Sunday episode, the new HOH, looking ahead to these two big blockbuster alliances in the Professors and Family style with the great double agent factor of Sari and Jared, mother-son. It's a secret in the whole house. Who's to say how this will play out? Watch out next week 2 of Big Brother 25. We're going to be talking about here on Super Mario Bros. Podcasting.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. But I heard we're part of an alliance.
we're a federation of podcasts. We call it. There's an alliance. There's this podcast, the Super Mario Brothers podcast, but there's others. Jameel, did you know that?
I
you know
did.
about- Did you know about Live Long and Podcast?
Yeah, you all did an episode review of the finale of Strange New Worlds tonight.
We did. We talked about Strange New Worlds tonight.
Wait, did you talk about something specific, like the Gorn?
the Gorn? We did. I have to. I
It's
I have
the Gorn.
oh,
It's
I have
the
it.
Gorn.
It's the Gorn. Yes, we talked about the Gorn on.
The Gorn.
Yeah, they were messing with the Gorn tonight on Star Trek: Strange New Worlds, and we talked about the finale hegemony, which refers to the Gorn hegemony, the official state of the Gorn people, lizards. They like to eat us. They ate thousands of humans in this episode. Sorry, spoilers. But
I've only seen I've seen up to the credits.
yeah, well, that's all you get. So don't worry. It's but lots going on. That was the season finale. We talked and Star Trek Lower Decks. We'll be talking about that in the near future on the United Federation of Podcasts sister channel, Live Long and Podcast. Of course, this is Super Mario Brothers podcasting, where we talked about recently. We talked about Marvel. We talked about the Secret Invasion on the Mary Mater Marvel Society. Go check it
Yikes.
out. You want to check out what we had to say about that.
What a
And
air out
also,
that episode.
check out Trivial Debates, our other channel. We argue movies, TV, sports, more. Lots of episodes where there's a host and 3 contestants. Argue all kinds of different topics and themes. We got the Hellbound podcast with Alex Blackburn, Michael Chan. Wednesdays, talk about horror.
Horror.
Currently on hiatus. There's the X-Rated podcast, Davan Skelhorn, Andre Mayette, talking about X-Men, the animated show. the cartoon from the 90s. They got an interview with the voice of Nightcrawler coming up. Have you ever watched that show? You want to check out that podcast. The Graphic Histories podcast with Andre Mayette, where he's interviewing people from all kinds of facets of entertainment in long format audio podcasts. Check out that feed. And Hold Up, a movie podcast with Davan and Murphy arguing and almost killing each other over a conversation where they most recently involved Adam Woodward in a conversation about 3 movies. Adam Woodward was exhausted today when he showed up for the Star Trek podcast, guys. He had just been through a 3.5, almost 4-hour podcast with Murphy and Davan talking about 3 movies.
Murphy told me.
You're up for this next.
I know.
Yeah. Murphy told me how much he did not like that movie, that last movie, or one of the
Davan
movies.
couldn't stand that he didn't like it. So
yeah,
what did he
when
say?
that happens,
60 something.
Oh. 65? 65. What was the other one? There was one that was like an experimental movie about a guy who's a time traveler, and he's at a party and he's being questioned by a bunch of professors. Sounds very enlightening. That's the one that Murphy had an issue with.
I'm warning you now. We watched the trailers for the one you're going to be on next, Jeff, and Davan was not happy. It was the Sphere trailer. He's never seen it, right? He watched the trailer and he was not excited for this.
Oh,
movie.
he's gonna hate it.
He's gonna hate it.
so much.
Yeah, but that's
It's gonna
okay.
be great.
He was kind of excited to see Samuel L. Jackson, maybe, but that was about it. So,
What he did?
I mean, Dustin Hoffman's good in it. There's Sharon Stone. There's some good actors in that movie.
Yeah,
It's not
Hoffman, man.
it's not a B movie, you know. Like,
well, he was like, of course, it's the '90s. Got to have Liev Schreiber in a role.
Yeah.
here.
Oh,
So,
please, come on.
I don't know.
That-
Just get ready for it over there and Hold Up. And then, of course,
I'm not surprised. You know, it's a polarizing movie, so not everyone likes it.
So get ready, get your boxing gloves on. And lastly, on the Federation Network, we have Eamon on Track, a music podcast where my son Eamon reviews albums. He just recently reviewed the One Night Only album with the Bee Gees, and he did that with me and Jeff and David. And coming up this Sunday, we're going to be talking about the Last Waltz from the band. Robbie Robertson just passed away too.
The band. Yeah,
The Last Waltz. I think, Jeff, we're doing the soundtrack version, which only has 30 tracks, instead of the triple album, which has 50.
Jeez.
I know them all, you know, off by heart. So.
Could you do the triple album review? You could go through all, but you'd have to go back and listen to the entire album. Like, you can't just go off memory.
Multiple times.
You have to go through one listen. So that's all I'm saying. Okay, check out. We're gonna be talking about that album, The Last Waltz, some version of it, probably the soundtrack version. Coming up.
And then lastly, there's KBBL. It's on hiatus, but what I want people to do is to watch it, listen to it, and demand to David that he brings it back.
Right.
KBBL Simpsons podcast.
I think Davan lost his co-hosts, basically. I think they were like, we were taking up all our Friday nights, and there's probably that was my feeling on it. But, so
I'm going to still keep on bringing it up every so often.
yeah. I would like him to bring. I was like, Davan, you can always like park it and come back to it in years and whatever, you know. So
if Hellbound could be on hiatus, so can KBBL.
Yeah.
KBBL.
Right. Well, with that, guys, we're going to get out of here. We'll see you next time here on the Super Mario Brothers podcast. Until next time, I definitely got a clip for you for that. Here we go.
From outside the Big Brother house, I'm Julie Chen Moonves. Love one another. Good night.
See you on the flip side.